We jest, but there it is. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're swinging down in kind of a U shape, but don't let that fool you. We have a couple of loops. We actually did a loop around split earlier on today. And then we come up here. There's a sort of a sprint loop. And then we complete what would have been a half completed loop with our climb, Category Race 2. There is, of course, the Category 3 test at the end of the day, but that's the one with the 14 and 15% inclines just before the line. A real leg stinger, so you've got to have your wits about you by the time you get to that point. This was us being waved off. Our official start. Not the longest of days, Brian. Here's our breakaway, and yes, that's the King of the Mountains jersey, the green jersey that's part of this grouping right now. 7 brave souls have given it a dig, including Tarozzi of Bardiani in the plum. There's the man that draws the eye, of course, because he's our King of the Mountains man.
Who's in form?
Oh, Vingegaard, he's always very difficult to read. He almost, do you know what? For such a strong rider, he looks incredibly fragile, doesn't he?
He does. This, very little body fat, very small riders. I think most riders nowadays, I think the cyclists nowadays are, very fit, very slim. In the past, you only have to look at some of the old pictures and things like that, where there's, a lot more kind of muscular.
Here is Bahrain victorious, of course, with Jumbo-Visma just sharing the duty modestly at the moment, moderating the gap to our breakaway. And Jonas Vingegaard is possibly the man to watch today. We have a proper ramp at the end. And we've just been witnessing, even at this race, that he's quite keen just to kick on occasionally. There he is, Pale of Pala in the centre of proceedings, well protected by his own team. Haven't seen too much of Ineos Grenadiers just yet. Oh, whoa, touch of wheels. And down we go, and I'm hoping that they get up rather quickly. And it looks like everyone has kind of taken account of themselves. Jakub Kaczmarek stays on the ground, however, number 152, and he would have been their choice for today, along with Tomasz Budzinski, to go well. Finally, everything stopped spinning here, but unfortunately, let's have a look at this, Brian.
Yeah, I could see it happening. It was a concertina effect. There was something happening towards the front, and you could see it moving all the way back. We were getting a countdown from our producer at the time, and I didn't want to jump in, but it happened towards the front. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see the helicopter footage of it. But something happened towards the front, and it moved its way back towards the back, and like you say, a little bit of panic there, banging on the brakes, and over the handlebars he went.
Trek will be going for Aberystwyth, Holland, or indeed Tolok for today. 6 point, so they've got some options. These guys have just run out of them, I'm afraid. So it's last man standing and a combativity award, presumably, and Tarozzi is interested, gets the elbow flick here from Potocki, comes through. Not exactly reluctantly, but it's all over for the breakaway. And it is now time for those to pace into the foot of this climb, and we'll be there in 2 kilometres' time. That basically is where the starting pistol will be fired, Brian, because they're going to sprint up this climb, you can be sure. It does. Well, there we are. We kind of looped back and over ourselves, so it's over the viaduct. Apologies if I misguided you, but turned out to be a right-hander, not a left-hander, because of that loop. 2.4 kilometres to go. So a long, gentle right-hander we're dealing with right now. Vingegaard's in a great place. Looking a bit breathy is Milan. Also stamping on the pedals a bit for the time being is Egg, Train, and Gregard would be the choice of the X boys, I would have thought, today. Here's your left-hander. This will be about 2 kilometres to go. The race is now absolutely on to get to this transition just before the Flamme Rouge. It's in about 600 metres time. The Gautier is here trying to work out for Boileau, I believe. Koretsky's also there on the back wheel of Cyril Gautier. As we are onto the gravel section right now, it pinches up, and this is where you really have to dig in. Now the road zips all over the place, this gravel country road. What have you got? Milan's got plenty by the looks of things. I think this is an investment. Here is Freile in wheel 3 just now. Don't be surprised if he helps himself to something here, Brian. Only's really making a nuisance of himself, brilliantly so, and Milan still kicks on. This is fantastic. Now, Milan wants to embed himself in this race and in our thoughts. He kicks on. Vingegaard goes on his wheel. Only's with him as well. And Milan, for a big man, is absolutely flying up here. But here comes Omar Freile, just sails by Only now, then past Vingegaard. And this is Freile's kind of terrain. He's kicking on here, brilliantly so, and then plonks back down in the saddle. Just causes a bit of disengagement for Only. It's clever stuff, clever working, and you can see the striations in the road here to help vehicles grip as they're trying to get up this kind of ramp, and it's hellish out there. This is 10, 12 and more percent. Freile just almost grinding to a halt. Vingegaard still there, and Milan is still in the frame. This is absolutely remarkable by the big man, and now I believe coming through, it is Mohoric that just comes through. Is he working for Milan, or is he going to work him over and help himself here? Vingegaard is ready to go here, Brian.
Yeah, Milan is starting to get distance now, but he could be holding on to that jersey. I think that's in the back of his mind, giving it absolutely everything. He was starting to slip back a little bit, but just as they eased, he comes back to the front. There's no stopping this man, but Vingegaard was just sitting and waiting. Does he have the legs? That's the question.
Only goes again. Vingegaard is here, and it looks like it may well be his day today. Vingegaard looking absolutely fantastic. Can he possibly impose himself? Milan's gone. This is Mohoric that also wants to join the frame. 25 metres to go. My goodness, what a battle this is for the line. Are we going to see something very, very special here? Vingegaard takes it. Oh, fabulous racing. Vingegaard gets there, and just look what they had to deal with at the very last here, Brian.
Drift a little bit. You get out of the saddle and accelerated again. This is the fight in the last kind of 25 metres there. Hats off to Only for, you know, battling with the Tour de France champion. It was only a matter of, you know, less than a bike length, half a bike length in the end there. Gave it absolute everything, so did everybody. But a good battle for the stage one.
Confirmation of the results. Vingegaard takes it ahead of Oscar Only. Matej Mohoric and Vincenzo Albanese. Performance of the day, to be honest, because there's so many tales to tell. Jonathan Milan maintains the lead of this race by 1 second, and Oscar Only is on the podium behind Jonas Vingegaard and ahead of Mohoric and Albanese. I love that, Brian.